Okay, we're going to call the special board meeting to order, San Ramon Valley Unified School District. We have a pledge of allegiance. If you'll join me in the virtual pledge of allegiance. Ready? Begin. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have all board members present. I believe at our last protocol, we introduced ourselves. So I will start. Greg Marble, Board of Education President. We'll start at the top. Susanna.
Hello.
This is Susanna Ordway. And then Ken, if you'll raise your hand.
Ken Mintz.
Ken Mintz. And we have Rachel is still standing. Her video has frozen. Now she's gone. So we've lost Rachel temporarily. Mark Jewett is also, and Rachel's back. All right, thank you. And Rachel raised her hand. So we're now going to do acceptance of open session agenda. Do I have a motion to accept the agenda?
So moved.
I have Ken moved, and who seconded?
Second.
Okay, Mark seconded. All in favor say aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Cindy Fisher, do we have any public comments? There are no public comments that have been received. We're going to go to 4.1, public disclosure of the major provisions of the 2019-20 Service Employee International Union Local 1021 SEIU agreement in accordance with the requirements of AB 1200, AB 2756, and Government Code Section 3547. Mr. Medici. Up, you're on mute. You're still on mute. There you go. You're off.
There we go. And I apologize. Phone set on mute, but thank you. So thank you, President Marble. All of the financial information is here as part of the AB 1200. Total projected cost of this approval is $405,000. The county office is aware and has given its continued authorization, and so everything is here. Thank you for this option today.
Okay, this is a public disclosure. See, do I have to do, is this a public disclosure? This does not require a public hearing, or it does? Okay, then I call the public hearing to order. There are no public comments. Cindy, we've received nothing, correct? I close the public hearing, and this does not require approval. We're going on to 4.2, approval of tentative agreement between the district and Service Employees International Union SEIU Local 1021 for 2019-2020 negotiations. Mr. Brzezinski.
Thank you, President Marble. Good afternoon, and good afternoon to members of the board. As you're all aware, the district recently completed negotiations for the 2019-2020 school year with the Service Employees International Union. We worked with SEIU together to figure out how we could, in this environment, get this ratified by the membership. SEIU successfully ratified last week virtually for the first time ever. It was 100% of the membership voted in favor of the tentative agreement that's presented to you. This is the result of approximately 8 bargaining sessions that we had during the course of the 2019-2020 school year. We're asking that the board this afternoon take action to ratify the agreement so that we can completely close out negotiations this year with SEIU. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions from board members? Okay. And no public comment cards have been received. All right. And then I need a motion in a second. Rachel is making the motion. Is there a second from somebody?
Second.
Okay. Susanna is seconding. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. We're on to
Mr. Marble?
yes, sir.
If I could just interrupt you very briefly before we go on to item 4.3. So in kind of standard tradition here, I'd just like to make just a couple of closing comments about the process that we had with SEIU in negotiating that agreement. There were new members of both the SEIU and the district's bargaining team this year. I want to thank every single one of the members of both the SEIU team and the district's bargaining team for what was yet another very collaborative, positive. They're just wonderful. SEIU are just really wonderful solution-oriented partners, as they've always been at the bargaining table with the school district. It's hard work, but we somehow managed to have a good time doing it. And we always conduct ourselves in a very positive and dignified manner and come out of the process with an agreement that we both really feel quite good about. So I want to just do a quick shout out to the SEIU bargaining team members, Carrie Lucchini, Raman Opiani, Ron Saxer, Marva Lockwood, and Jeremy Herringer from the maintenance department. He was a new addition this year. And of course, SEIU Angela Thomas, just a wonderful, wonderful group to work with. And then we had new members on the district's bargaining team with SEIU as well this year. That team was comprised of Melanie Jones, Nancy Gamache, Craig Sesko, John Hillman, and myself. And again, a lot of newness on the teams, but just a very positive process. I want to thank everyone for making the sacrifices that they make to assume representative roles on behalf of the union and the district. It was a good process. Thank you to everybody.
Thank you very much. All right, 4.3, consideration adoption of resolution 78/19-20, elimination and or reduction of classified positions. Mr. Roginski.
Thank you, Mr. Marvel. So the resolution presented before you, resolution number 78, lists a number of positions in the classified service that the district is requesting the board approve be eliminated at the end of the 2019-2020 school year. These by and large are positions that the school principals have let us know as a result of ed fund discussions, decisions that have been made, a couple of slight changes in lunch schedules and those types of things. There are just fewer needs for certain classified services next year. So based upon the information that's been provided by the principals, we are requesting that the board approve this resolution. It effectively is a 7 FTE reduction. What you may have noticed at the bottom of the resolution is in addition to that FTE, we are asking for approval to change the work calendar for our licensed vocational nurses, what we call SPICA LVNs, and to basically change their calendar from, which is currently a 203.5 day a year calendar to a 197.5 day a year calendar. There's no need at this point to maintain those 6 additional days. Services can be provided to students by reducing the calendar by 6 days annually. There are 13 such positions, and these support students at the elementary level. So they are not included in the FTE because regardless of whether a person works 180 days or 280 days in a year, if they're 6 hours, they're still 0.75 FTEs. So that's why we don't include them in the top of the resolution. So we're asking the board to take action to approve this. This, you'll remember, also is based upon information that was provided to us by the end of February and before we went into shelter in place and before we knew that COVID-19 was going to have the impact and effect on us that it's having. So we do anticipate that there is a good possibility that there will be some additional services that we will be bringing to you in the weeks ahead, but this is what we're asking the board to approve now.
Okay, any comments or questions? All right, I need a motion. Somebody's, okay, Ken has raised his hand. I got a motion from Ken. Is there a second? Mark has raised. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, I'll call for the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
So at this point, if I understand what we're supposed to do now, we're going to end this meeting and start a new meeting in closed session. Is that correct? Right, Ken? Or Rick? He's got his, all right. All right, thank you. This meeting is adjourned and we're adjourning into closed session. Thank you.